Joe Zombie.
Hello. I don't see a title card. I don't know what I'm looking at. So far,
We're looking at a nice little town.
London.
We're hanging out in a big black pit. People are
We're
inside of it.
London.
People are filled with shit, and it goes by the name of London.
Ah, cool.
This is Ravenous
there's the
Devils.
title.
Yeah.
Nice.
This game is fantastic. Do you like Sweeney
Yeah,
Todd, sir?
I do like Sweeney Todd. How'd you know?
Yeah. Little birdie told me, and it was a linnet bird and nightingale. That's also a Sweeney Todd reference.
Yeah.
You're all welcome.
That is on a very, very short list of musicals I can actually stand.
Yeah, so I've made it to day 20 in my playthrough, but that's not super far from what I can tell, because I barely just unlocked the garden, which is a mechanic. We will go ahead and start one here, and we might have a use for that one later, but we'll start fresh here so you can see how this goes. Here we are. Hope the audio levels are good.
I barely slept while we were on the train. My thoughts kept me awake with a burning fever.
Someone wants to be Batman.
Home. My wife Hilda
Turn that down a little bit,
decided
because
to
it
move
looks like it might
suddenly.
be a little loud.
She hurriedly packed our luggage, taking only what was strictly necessary. We cut a good deal buying.
He's got a very old snake sound to his voice. He's very.
He literally sounds like he's trying to be as edgelord as edgelords could be,
surprisingly large.
while also
There's
trying
enough
to be
space on the
Batman.
ground floor to turn it into a beautiful
he's-
pub.
it's
The
fine.
Shadow of the
Downstairs
Hedgehog
in
decided to do the
basement,
Batman
there's
voice.
already a large
This is what we got
cozy
here.
kitchen.
Right.
I can't wait to get to know my new customers. I've always enjoyed watching people eating the meals I've cooked for them lovingly. My husband, Percival, has cleaned the first floor and set
I will
up
say
a
that-
business.
Tailor and a
fancy
woman.
tailor shop.
Yes.
It won't be long before we see the women from the local district showing off the beautiful
Running out.
outfits
She's
he has
also
made
running
for
a pie
them.
shop, I guess.
We
She's
are
running
going
a pie
to bring
shop,
home
he's
the
running a
gold
tailor
with our
upstairs.
business.
And
You may wonder what the secret behind our success is.
they'll explain a little bit of it here.
Clients, obviously. Fantastic people. I feel kind of sorry about killing them. We've decided to use an unusual ingredient in our specialties.
Sure.
As a result of the insanely
Actually,
high meat
I
prices
finally figured out
due
what
to
voice
sheer
he's doing.
hunger, or
He is
simply
Mickey
because
Rourke
it
in Sin
tastes so
City.
delicious.
Sure.
Human
Exactly what
flesh
he
is
sounds like Marv
highly
from Sin City.
appreciated.
Sure.
We do not know the reason why, and we don't really care.
But don't worry, we don't waste anything.
Percival's
Even the
voice is probably the
clothes
worst
are
part of the entire
heavily
game.
reused
Everything
by
else is great,
Percival.
but Percival's
There's
voice is a
just
little
patching
edgy.
up,
It's
and
weird.
then they are ready for
It's
sale again.
yeah, I wouldn't say it's a
At full
bad
price,
voice.
of
It's just
course.
it's comical, especially given
we
the
are
setting.
working so
Yeah,
damn
It's just
hard
like,
to do
oh,
things right
I'm supposed to be
and
playing a
earn as
murderer,
much
but
money
I
as
guess
we
he needs to
can.
talk. Like
I guess he needs to talk like this. And frankly, we really do not care.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
They
sure.
basically only talk during that cutscene, as far as I can tell.
Okay.
They talk whenever you click around. Like when you click around, he'll say it's basically like the
Sure.
work like that kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
He'll call out like, I'm going over there, or he'll be like, I'm doing it, or there's blood everywhere, or stuff like that. Little calls out, and she'll be like, I'm moving as fast as I can, or whatever.
Yeah.
So all this stuff is just kind of, you just kind of do your own thing, and they'll kind of be like, whatever. Basically,
So I'm guessing this is some sort of like business tycoon
it is a
type deal.
business. Yes, it is basically. It eventually becomes like Diner Dash. Eventually, in a very interesting way. Once you start building tables, you literally have to take their orders and then go cook the food. But you also have like a self-service counter where like you put the pies and stuff that you're cooking, and people can come buy them and just leave tips and stuff. And then you can also take people's clothes, make the clothes, repair them, and then put them on mannequins. And then people come in here and they'll buy the clothes and then they'll leave. And then you have people come in here and get their measurements taken. And you literally do the thing where you go, and then you throw them down the chute, and then they go into the kitchen. And then, yeah.
So is it one of those things where you kind of have to like, as far as the resources go, if you want to call people that, like you can't kill too many people or you attract attention, or is it like you only get a certain number of people a day?
You only get a certain number of people a day.
Okay, because I'm trying to wonder. I'm wondering where the scarcity comes from. Because there's going to be that in these types of games, one way or the other.
I will tell you that the scarcity absolutely comes into play, because eventually when you unlock the garden up here, Spoiler. Also, that is so okay. In the story, they
You can
literally
expand.
yes. So in the story, they literally talk about how this is the canonical building from Sweeney Todd that you bought from someone who. This is the building that was owned by a famous barber that bad things happened, and that is literally the my arm is complete room
that's the
right
room.
there. Yeah, absolutely.
That's literally where he did his barbery stuff.
Yeah. So there you go. Which I guess technically that's a different room because this is the room with the hatch and stuff. So, and also this wallpaper lines up because this is the room with the kettle and stuff, right? So, but I thought that he did because he does Barbary stuff in that room because that's where he But
I mean, it could have been because it also didn't have this weird solarium where the garden is, so there could have been an expansion or you know, stuff got moved around.
Yeah, because we know
burned down and had to rebuild it. Who knows?
I don't know. I just know that this eventually becomes a garden, and where the scarcity comes in is you have to choose between using people for meat or using people for compost for growing vegetables in your garden, so that you can then you have to choose whether you have meat or vegetables to grow stuff to grow some of the better recipes.
If I could do my glasses push up moment here, where it's just like, actually, the parts you would use for food would not be the parts you use for composting. So,
well,
that is false scarcity, my friend.
Well, let me tell you this: one, it's a video game, and two, you feed compost to your pigeons to make them lay eggs. So it's a video game, man.
Pigeon,
Yeah. You literally,
And I thought the people would be the worst thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're eating dead bodies and also you're raising pigeons, which people used to eat quail and pigeon eggs. That's not unheard of, but yeah, that's a thing you'll get eventually. But without further ado, let's stop listening to her talk about. Let's get into the actual game. So we're running out of meat. People in this town are like hungry dogs. This means that we're moving here was the right choice. We'll get rich. Not too fast, darling. We must keep a low profile and work hard. You know all too well what we are risking. Yes, I know. Keep repeating yourself. Throw this corpse into the kitchen. I'll take care of it.
We wouldn't want to get too rich. We don't have to murder now.
Yeah, I need to. I love the animation. I love the animation. It's so good. Everything about this game is good, but like I said, Percival's voice is a little crazy. And listen. Finally, fresh meat.
So does the camera do that on its own when you throw a body, or do you have to like go down?
No, it's jumping down here. It's jumping down here for the thing, because you can literally like throw that person up there and then immediately click the bucket and clean up the blood, and then come down here and like have them like doing there's a. So all right, we're gonna grab
do they
her.
do anything on their own, or do you kind of have to like
yes
micromanage all of it?
So both. So you have to micromanage all the major things, but there are some things they will do on their own. Also, this is gonna be grim.
Yeah, there are bones in your meat, madam, and that is no bueno.
That is how they do it in Sweeney Todd. If you remember the kid eating the pie and he pulls the fingernail out. So, recipe book. Here we go. Our first recipe. I'm clicking the recipe book. There it is. So we have meat pies. You need ground meat and flour, or a hamburger patty. You need meat. So we're going to take minced meat. I'm going to skip over some of her text just because I know what to do already. So go over here, get this. I'm going to grab this.
Yeah, I know that agreed.
And we put this here, and then we take it. Boom. Here we are. So I actually like that it tells you the list of ingredients, and then we go in the oven.
Sure.
So you can. So it appears. I don't know if there'll be any updates or whatever. I hope so, because this game's pretty good. I would like more story stuff in this game, and more.
Oh, is it like fairly short?
I mean, it's a $5 game. I haven't beat it yet. Like I said, I don't know, but I've only met like the first main character. But I just assume for a $5 game, it may not be super big. But
who knows?
Who knows? Vampire Survivors is a game you can play for 1 million hours. So genuinely, who knows? All right. So now I have to scroll up and then click the counter, and she'll go on her own, and then she will go up there. And so this is room for tables and stuff.
Yeah, I was about to say. I'm guessing like all these rooms you can eventually upgrade. You probably get like a better oven. You get tables. And
all right.
Sure, you can do whatever he does with his tailory crap.
And we'll get into that too. So now she's like, I wonder what my husband's doing. Let's go take a look. Scroll mouse. Boom. There we are. Bloodbath. Oh, gotta clean this up. Gotta get all this blood out of here. And then he does that.
I feel like this person will be buying a lot of mops.
Yeah,
There's
right.
so much blood to clean up all the time, apparently.
Yes, correct. Now he stole some cloth, so we go get the
That
cloth.
Taylor over there, man. Did you see all the mobs he buys?
Man, did you see how that's some wonderful cherry wood they've got on their floor? It's stained so perfectly. Yeah, absolutely. Now this game is very good.
I'm guessing you have to like repair the clothes because they probably have like stab wounds in them.
Well, I mean, you're sticking them all in the neck pretty good with the scissors, so I don't know, but I guess
Well, then
I think
to sew it, you need to wash it.
well, but they also live in London and it's rough, so I assume you're just fixing shitty clothes of poor people.
Yeah,
So
if I could go find bloodstained clothes, I don't need to buy it. I mean, come on. I could make my own bloodstained clothes.
you know that, yeah, correct. But the whole thing is like this is like your like clothes laundering machine, basically. It's repairing it and then reselling it. All right, they want us to open the shop, so then customers will come in, and they all buy things different prices. She literally just has what they cost for the recipe. It tells you the star of the recipe. The higher the star, the more they'll pay for it. Also, the more complicated.
Do they ever like come in where like I want a specific thing and you have to like make it or
yes?
like
So
that?
that's what the tables do. So the tables will a whole group of people will come sit down, and then you have to go take their order. You can eventually hire someone to actually do your actually take the orders for you, and then you can put the orders in a dumbwaiter so you never have to leave the kitchen, and that's really nice. So this person is like coming in here, so they have like a patience bar, and it's like, oh, there's clothes here. I'll buy these clothes, and then he's like, all right, cool, sick, love it. Well, see you later. And
I'm gonna stare out this window like a weirdo.
Yeah, because he's waiting for the tutorial client to arrive.
Yeah, just like oh, I'm just gonna go apparently into the back room.
Yeah.
All right.
So now we are alone. I can provide Hildred with more meat. So if you leave him alone, he will literally take their measurements like this, and he'll just do the job he's supposed to do, and he won't do it. So just so you all know, I already have the achievement called Boring Day for not killing anybody with the scissors for a day, so I never have to do that again, so we get to have the fun.
I also think it's funny, the game's like, if you want to murder, you have to do it.
Yeah.
You do the murder. He won't do it on his own. This is your fault.
Yeah, that's
You're
true.
doing this.
Yeah, I just love the animation of the cloth throw is so good.
Yeah.
There it is.
All right, strip them and throw them.
And then
We also apparently don't sell undergarments because we want to keep their modesty, of course.
And then that thud, so rough. All right, so now I click him to have him do that. So now they want you to, this is your tutorial list.
Killed, blood cleared.
Yeah, so this is your tutorial list. As far as I can tell, if you leave a person or blood in here, I don't think a person will come in. And I don't think you'll get another client until you take care of the one you have.
Sure.
But like you can like, you know.
I feel like it would be a lot better like if there was the risk of like someone could come and discover you.
I agree, but I'm gonna say that it gets so chaotic in this game later that I think this game would be unplayable if it did that.
I don't know if that's necessarily true.
You also don't know. Okay, so
That's true.
she has
on day 20.
Okay, right. So she has to deal with everything down here and up here. He deals with everything here and here. So anywhere you click, only he will go here and only she will go here. They are partitioned off. They do not have to go in their separate locations, which is nice. That's a great. That is a
specialized.
Right, but that is a brilliant game design because it means I don't ever have to worry about accidentally sending her in a place that wastes time. So that dude's gonna buy that clothing, and then I'm going to
create some more clothing.
Okay,
and
no, there is a hole.
cool.
Yeah, so yes, he does have to patch the holes because he does do a stomach poke.
He's straight up stabbed her in the stomach.
We're
Also,
at
like he took the dress and turned it into a man's suit, or not suit, but shirt.
So the woman is out of pies, so we've got to
I gotta crank
do our thing,
there.
and there we got people waiting, and down it goes. So now I'm gonna click
customers.
I'm gonna click that to queue that up. And then
What's that number up there?
Where?
Go up to the tailor. I think it says like 3 out of 10 or 3 of 10 or whatever.
Oh, that's the amount of cloth that I have in my pile of cloth here.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah, so that woman's gonna get angry if I don't cook something soon. So I'm gonna try to just cook these. I'm just gonna try to cook these burger steaks and get them out so that they can have something.
Just so you can throw food at them. Like,
Yeah.
Here. Yeah.
'Cause
Ravenous Devils.
I've got 3 people that are all. Ha 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 ha! I see what you did there, sir. She might get angry, but honestly, like your equipment is so janky at the start.
I'm losing
You have
patience
like
for my people meat.
right,
Really warm.
like your machinery is all jank, and you don't have any upgrades, so it's really hard to do everything.
So basically, you kind of like
Best I can.
have it, I guess. Like, I'll murder this guy and sell the clothes to that guy.
I got that guy out of here, and now this guy's, yes, sir, here you are, boom.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So people will start writing you letters and being like, I've noticed that people don't quite leave very often from your tailor shop. What's up with that? Oh, don't worry, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of what you do.
But I also, like, half the people don't come out. Like, you have a back exit, or
yeah, I'm a fan of what you do. I just know that people don't ever leave. So, that's weird. Why is that?
Yeah, it's also not like in Sweeney Todd where they're like, if your family's there, he won't murder you. But these people are just like, now you come in here. If you come to the back room, that's all you get.
That is not the case. Actually, that is totally a thing. Yeah, because most of these characters that are like fodder NPCs
red shirts.
Yeah, they're absolutely red shirts. But you will have characters that will show up with people, and Percival will be like, let me actually take your please, ma'am, move out of the way. let me actually
I'm
take
your sell a dead man's clothes so I can then kill you and sell your clothes, please.
Yeah, everyone's getting hungry because we're out of food, because I'm trying to do all the food stuff. But I don't have any of the upgrades that I'm used to. I'm used to having 3 tables here, 3 ovens, and the ovens work 3 times as fast. So,
well, you don't have that. You've got your.
It's true, I don't. And so everybody's like,
you have your peasant.
Oh wait, no, I need to put this on here to get that started, and then I need to walk over here and go, excuse me, ma'am, do you like holes in your neck?
Yes, I love that dress. I think I'll take it. Stamp, stamp.
That's a beautiful dress you have, ma'am. What if it were on my floor with your dead body around it? That'd be cool.
It would look so much better if it were red.
Yeah, so I need to sell 6 meals still, and I'm just yeeting people in here. Basically, this is just like, I don't think this counts towards your stuff. It's just like, it's just the tutorial day, because the day timer has ended a long time ago, and we're still here.
So, like, can you only have a certain number of corpses down the chute before they're like, no more corpses?
I will say that you start selling food so fast, I have never had them pile up, so I don't know.
I'm just curious.
Yeah, I don't know, because you have to think you're also splitting it between compost as well, so if that's a thing, I haven't seen it happen yet. I just love that you just put meat pies and they're like, oh, we love meat pies, oh, delicious.
Which also, by the way, we're talking, I'm guessing, like 19th century London, and these people are like taking the pies and then leaving the money. I call bullshit.
Right. Hey, it's a video game, but also you do eventually get someone who can run this counter for you, but this game would be literally unplayable if you had to do that.
Realistically, this would have to have so many employees. This is such a large building. This one would be exhausted in an hour.
Yes, you do get employees, but also, woof. Yeah, this right here would wear you out. This would wear you out. All right, there's our tutorial. For me. Like, if I have to toss someone that just like, if you toss them like just 3 feet, I'm like, no, I'm good after one. Whew. Yeah, absolutely. Pretty women, what a wonder, am I right?
Absolutely.
She's basically talking about, here's the upgrade tree. Here we are. So we can get mincemeat, we can make steaks, sausages, flour, tomatoes.
So tomatoes is when the garden starts coming into play.
Man tastes like a pig, after all.
Supposedly.
Tomatoes, and then this is like, I think this is like potatoes, eggs, and onions, I believe is what those are.
Sure.
And then these are like, unlock another workspace, another oven area, make your oven work faster. That's definitely super useful. The meat grinder, you can upgrade it to where it actually produces. You basically upgrade your machine to where it does more meat per body.
Yeah.
And then when you unlock steak and sausage, those are those 2 things. And then you've got sewing machine speed, more mannequins. When you take people's clothes, you get an additional piece of cloth so you can make more clothes out of them.
Sure. Reward murder here.
Right. I'm actually going to do the table because I want to show that off. Gin barrel is useful because it does allow you to reset their patience, but also you should definitely like
get drunk.
I'm getting the table this early for this playthrough for this particular thing. I would not do this in an actual thing until I had the employee, because boy does it make you're spinning plates like crazy.
So what's the mails? I'm guessing people sending you letters.
People sending you letters, and then these are skins you can unlock for your characters. I don't know they do anything other than just look that way, but so that's what we have. That's his starter. And then it starts looking a lot more like Sweeney Todd.
He was literally just about to cut that man's throat with a straight razor.
Yeah, he's literally,
Looks like he's posing for a picture.
yeah, it is also literally the pinstripe, it's the pinstripe pants and everything. Like, you know, there it is. Look, you've got the,
Okay.
yeah, I'm choking. I gotta get a drink. You're even like there. Right there is like you even have like the little neckerchief and all of it.
Sure. And then we have spiteful skeleton.
This is the trumpet playing skeleton from Corpse Bride.
Ah.
And then the wife she starts as novice cook. What looks like a nurse. I don't know what that's all about. Bloody landlady, and then the Mrs. Lovett special. I'm gonna call it.
Yeah, there we go.
And then that's the one I want. And then the Corpse Bride.
The Corpse Bride. All right. Yeah.
It's neat. They know what they're doing. It's fine. But it's this, you know, it's neat. And then it tells you here what your shop's reputation is. Tells you how many good orders you had, how many bad orders you had. It was a tutorial, so I didn't lose any reputation, which is good because before you start getting upgrades, it's rough. All I did was make this more difficult for me. I'm just gonna be honest, like the table this early is this is gonna make this so hard, and it's actually now I just wanted to show this off, and we'll probably cap this here, but
sure.
I wanted to show off how the table stuff works because it is a big part of it. But once you unlock the employee,
there's the order that comes in.
Right. So once you have the employee will go seat them, take their order, give you the order, then they will they'll like bring them like tugs of gin and other stuff to like reset their patience and make them where they sit there and enjoy their time longer, which gives you more time to work on their order down here. So you need to have like table space and ovens that are upgraded to where you can have like you're cooking like your meat pies or whatever that you're putting over here in your self-service area. You need more self-service area so you can go longer and prep more before the day starts, so that you don't have to work as much to do upkeep. You're not constantly cooking, because I can only put one plate of food out at a time because it's one order is 3. So
sure,
that means I have to cook a plate, sell 3, cook a plate, sell 3. I only have one oven, so that's kind of, that's rough.
You're literally cooking everything one at a time. You're like,
yes,
please go away.
And so I'm cooking that, trying to prep this, and also trying to do the table order thing at the same time, which is impossible because I don't have 2 ovens. So I basically just have to
a bunch of people get real pissed.
Probably, but again, I'm doing this to show this off for the hands-on. But when you have the employee will take their order, and also when you get the gin barrel, which is very important because it again does the thing that allows them
keeps them from immediately just walking out.
Yes, keep their patience up. Yeah, this bar here will go from green to red, and that's whatever. Also, you have a dumbwaiter, so as you do their order, you just throw it on the dumbwaiter, and then he will just go give them their order. Or then as you cook the food, you send it in the dumbwaiter, and if it's not for someone's order, he will put it out in the self-serve. So it's like it takes so much of that away from you so that you can free up to do. You're doing a lot of your plate spinning. Yeah, totally. But I wanted to show.
So before we end this, if there's like one tip you would give the people who are starting this game, would it be to like get the increased oven first?
So
burgers.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll show this off, and then
burger sticks.
I will actually we'll jump to my save real quick after I show this, just to see. So it's like you take the order, you cook it, then you give it to them, and then they're like, "Oh, yay, we got the thing!" Right? So
yeah,
that's.
I would say you'd probably want a faster cooking oven before anything else.
I mean, that's good, but after day 1, you literally get. I would almost say either the oven or extra counter space so you can prep 2 meals at once, because you can prep 2, cook 1, take it up there, and then immediately take the other one and put it in the oven, because you can take it out from here, then you can sit it back on the counter, grab the one that's not cooked, throw it in that oven, and then grab that one and deliver it upstairs while that one's already cooking, then come back, take that one and do what you need to do with it, and come back down. So counter space is almost more important than ovens. The oven speed is very useful. One that I took super early was double the cloth, because you get 2 pieces of cloth. Otherwise you start running, because you get one piece of cloth per body. And so the very first upgrade that I took was actually the get 2 pieces of cloth per body, because otherwise it's 1 person, 1 cloth, and so you're very quickly.
Can only murder a person so quick.
Yeah, you're eventually you're running out of clothes, right? So eventually you're like, oh boy. So, yeah. Could
I get 2 of you back here real quick? Just this once. Come on.
Right. So I want to show off the farming and the composting stuff, because that is a thing. So. We will do, well, I mean, it is what it is. So, going to upgrades, I think that like oven speed is good because it's 20, but you have 30 on day 1, so that is what it is. Oven speed is good. I think that workbench is very good. It's also cheap, but I think that
the stolen clothes upgrade.
Stolen clothes, yes. Get an additional piece of cloth because again, very early on, you're very hard up for clothes. So we're going to go back to the main menu. Yes, go back to the main menu. We're going to play. We're going to go to my save, and then
see what real chaos looks like, I suppose.
yes. So look how my counter is. Also, there's this really nice touch of this like really well animated blood spout everywhere you click. Yeah, it's crazy, right? It's just like a little character touch. Yeah. So I've got Jen, I've got my little employee, I've got tables here that need to be filled, I've got things that need to be filled, I've got 2 tables, I've got my bathtub, I've got people.
Yeah, there's a
pay no attention to the man. Pay no attention to the man. So we're going to go down here, and I'm going to have her cut steak real quick because I just need this. I just need people to see this animation.
Sure.
She just puts them in the thing, and sausage links pop out. I just need y'all.
This is what we'll leave them is the animation of her chopping a man into steaks.
No, I'm just going to show you the farming thing, but I just need this to be seen. This is just so comically over the top in the most ridiculous way. This is cooking companions.
Good.
This is just cooking companions. It's just like
Straight up,
just Gregoring this man. Here we go.
If she were Gregoring him, she would
do that. Yeah,
he would still be alive.
Yeah, well, he's not. So
she cut his head, he's dead, and then she cut his head off. Gregor would be like, "Oh God, this is the worst. Stop doing this.
Yeah,
why would you do this to me?
Look at
How
all
could you
those
let it
steaks
happen?"
we got. Isn't that wonderful? So I have a lot more recipes. I can make like lasagna and meatballs and meat loaf and chicken fried steak and literally
this is not just a pie shop. We're apparently running a decently rated Italian restaurant.
Yeah, also there's nice little flavor in the lines. Like over here it's like my hubby's favorite. Apparently Percival's a fan of those. I wouldn't know that if they hadn't said that. Or like the secret ingredient is crime or tasty. Or like love, or like whatever. There's like all these different like Hildred and Percival,
salt, olive oil, and love.
Right. Meow. Like, yeah. There's all this stuff, and then I just wanted to show this off because this is a thing. This is the garden part. Do what?
So that bathtub looks gross.
Well, it's where you put corpses to make compost, so it makes sense.
There we go. That's why it's gross.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
So this is like
ridiculous.
Yeah, this is a mysterious seed that you keep feeding, and I don't know what it's gonna do. I assume that's the Audrey 2 thing we saw from the.
Please tell me it's Audrey 2.
Probably. There seems to be achievement references to that. So you take your compost and you put it on or give it to your things. I assume that's supposed to be just be like, oh, it's bird seed, but we're just gonna use it from the mechanic of that.
Yeah.
So you do this. And then it starts a bar, and then eventually he can get that stuff, and then he has to gather it. He puts it in the dumbwaiter. It goes down here on this side, that right there where that disappeared. Then she has to gather it and put it over here, and then again, so she can take a steak, and so I've got 3 tables here. And then we take the steak, put the steak in the oven. You can see what the upgrade speed on an oven is, and then. Boom, baby. Look at that.
Oh,
like
yeah.
10 seconds for a steak.
Much faster.
Yeah, correct.
Your other oven, you'd be like, man, it's going to be a while, guys. We're going to
be like, oh,
we're going to have some gin.
Right. Would you like a tug of gin? And then we put that in the dumbwaiter, and then we watch. It goes up, and then he goes, oh, steaks. All right. And the neat thing, so this is the thing. Every single one of those items there is a different, so like you see the steaks are different from the meat pies, and the meat pies are different from like the sausage links. Models. Yeah, it's cool they did that because they didn't have to. They could have just put meat pies there, but you can tell that there was a lot of love put into this. So it's neat because it's like someone was like, yo, what if we made Sweeney Todd, but we didn't. But we make it canonically after Sweeney Todd.
Yeah, what if we made it legally distinct Sweeney Todd?
Right, and so he actually took that over here on his own. Like, so if I click that, and then you can't
stop
click
looking at the man.
Right. Yeah. No, that's a story thing.
Okay.
Also, there's a guy over here that looks. I don't know what this jar is. I have no idea. It did not show up in the story. It just appeared one day. I don't know if it's because of an upgrade I bought or what. But that head in a jar was just there. I have no clue. No clue.
You should have read
man.
this text. One of them obviously said head in a jar.
Yeah. So also, I've got new mannequins. And that's that. This game is awesome. The story is interesting because it basically is like telling a new version of the Sweeney Todd story where someone as, let's see here, so we can go here, and I've got a couple of letters that, like, here's the first one. I'm excited, beg of you. Oh yes, I've noticed you. Once the target's been killed, I need you to make a banquet for me. I'm a cannibal, but I can't find people. I'm a rich man, but I want to eat people, so please make that happen for me. And you're like, okay. And so that's what that's supposed to be. So I guess eventually you'll make this man a banquet, and that's weird.
Great.
But thank you for joining me on this. I think this game is awesome. It's like $5. I hope they keep updating it. I hope they add more to it. I don't know how it ends because, again, I'm not super far into it. I've a couple weeks in game, but I am enjoying it so far. I'm sure. Yes, I'm sure.
A feast and a fashion show.
For sure. Thank you for joining me, Joe. I've been Dead Action Jones.
I've been Joe Zombie.
We're still standing. This is Ravenous Devils, and it is on, I think it's on all the consoles. Is it on Switch? I don't know. I know it's
I don't know if it's on Switch, but I know it's on Xbox.
I know it's
PlayStation and PC.
Yes, and this is it on Steam. So go forth, enjoy it. It's a fun game, especially if you like Sweeney Todd. There's a lot of love and Easter eggs to that.
Or if you apparently just like these weird restaurant simulators.
Or if you like, or if you like restaurant simulators with a horror twist, then go forth and enjoy. Until next time, bye.
Bye.